the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Nik Collection from DxO. Now, Nik Collection is part of the DxO family, so let's jump across to their website. This is their homepage for the DxO Collection 8. So we have a series of plugins for your images, which you can use through Photolab or you can use as a standalone. The beauty about any of the DxO software is you can try it for free for 30 days, no restrictions and no card details required. Let's jump back over to Photolab 9. And just whilst I have you, I do have a discount for all of this software. So if you want to go ahead and use that once you've used your trial and you've decided that you can fit it into your workflow, feel free to use my discount and you can then have it subscription free. Once you've paid, you've got it for life. That's it. All right, so today's edit is of an image that I shot, or rather, we handed our camera to someone else to shoot of us in Venice. We were fortunately able to go to Venice, I think last year, and there was a little bit of a queue on this bridge because it was a really quiet morning in Venice. And as you can see, there was only one person in the background, and we'll address that person later on in the video. But what I'm aiming to do today is create this image, which is going to go into our digital frame in our lounge. I want to make this crop, which is a 4:3 crop, and I'm going to edit this image inside the Nik Collection. It was originally shot on a Ricoh GR3 camera, which I had on loan at the time. I don't think it was particularly wise, maybe a little bit stupid, to hand it over to a complete stranger to take pictures of us on a bridge quite a distance away. They could have absolutely legged it with the camera and I would have never seen it again. Yeah, it was a loan camera and it was worth quite a lot of money. Anyway, I got it back and we got these pictures. So what do we want to do? We want to crop this image up and then we want to start putting some filters over the top. So let's just straighten these uprights up first. So we're going to click on this up here. So this is going to sort out our parallels. So you get these nodes. I think in one of my previous videos, I think the Instagram edit, we use this just to square things off. So it's going to be very handy and I think you'll find yourself using it in quite a lot of edits moving forward. So apply, close, and you see it's straightened everything off and it hasn't really distorted anything. It's squared it all off. But bear in mind that we're going to be cropping using the crop tool up here, coming down to just down here where we select our crop aspect ratio. And what we want to do is we want to just drag this into here. So drag out our crop for 4:3. Just want to crop it there just above that bridge in the foreground. And then we hit close. That's cropped our image up nice and square. And now we're ready to put some color onto it. So, and in general, those images coming out of the Ricoh GR3 are super sharp, but you could, in theory, have shot this on your phone as long as you're shooting in a RAW file. We have the 4:3 aspect ratio cropped up, which would be perfect for your grid for Instagram or social media if that's where you're posting it. So you can launch Nik Collection or any of the 8 plugins from either once you've installed your taskbar down the bottom. So you've got Color Efex, Silver Efex, Viveza, Analog Efex, Dfine, HDR Efex, Pre-Sharpener, Sharpener Output, and you get all of these with the Nik Collection 8 or Nik 8 Collection. We're going to be looking at Color Efex, Silver Efex, Analog Efex. There's a lot to get through, so let's click into this button down here on the right. It will give our plugin selector a pop-up and then we can select what we need to edit in. And here we are inside Analog Efex. I'm running a Mac Studio, so it's fairly quick on here, but I think the software is a little bit processor intensive. So you might find it running a little bit slow on some of the plugins or some of the presets. But in general, you should be able to move through them quite freely. We've got a vintage one here, which is one of my favorites, which is something that I used to create my final image. And what else? We want to keep this nice and warm because of the architecture in the background. And I think that works really well for a Valentine's image. The list is absolutely endless. Let's go back to the vintage preset. Here we go. Now, what you can do on any of these presets is on the right hand side here, you can tinker to your heart's content with any of these different settings. So let's just deselect some of these. So you'll see if I switch off frames, the border goes. So maybe I don't want the rounded corners. Maybe I want to square it off like that. And if I want to adjust the width of that frame, I can do that here. So I'd be happy with something like that. Let's have a look at the film type. Let's just scroll through a few different ones. I think I'm going to settle with this one here. And then you can fade things in and out. Strength of it. There's so much you can do, which is perfect because you can then tailor your presets and then you can save your preset. So I'm going to go Venice version 2 because I've already made a version 1. And then once you've done that, your preset will be available up here. This is my first preset, which is very similar. And this is the one we've just made. And then you can favorite it. So you can click on all favorites, and that will also include any of the other presets. So let's just turn off favorites so we can see everything. So that is Analog Efex. Now, let's just apply that. So this is what we've achieved in the Analog Efex. Now let's go and have a quick look at the other plugins. So here we are inside Color Efex, and we have the same sort of layout, but we have a different set of plugins inside here. So again, the list is absolutely endless, and keeping this fairly short because I know you're going to want to go and try this out. So many beautiful filters. So it doesn't mean you need to rush out and buy a Fuji camera and use all the Fuji recipes. You can get very, very similar effects through these plugins through Nik Collection. Right, let's come out of that. So let's cancel that because we're not going to use that as such. And then let's have a quick look. Silver Efex is something that I've used for many, many years. This is all going to be black and white, strong black and white presets. You're going to find something in here that's going to work with your images, be it architecture, be it a couple's portrait, close-up portrait, anything that you want that strong black and white or nice, soft sort of sepia tone black and white. So yeah, go ahead and have a look through Silver Efex. That's one of my favorites. Jumping back into this image. So we're really happy with the borders. We're really happy with the filter and the preset we put on there. What I want to do is just retouch this person out here. Now, what I'm going to do is just export this picture to the desktop. So you click on export down here. I'm going to export it out as a high-res JPEG. Let's go into the desktop. Now, we're almost finished on this. I'm just going to show you how very quickly you can retouch out people from the back of your pictures should you need to. We were very fortunate that there weren't many people in this shot. Now, dragging this picture across into Photoshop, what we want to do is just quickly zoom in and using our lasso tool, just bring that over here, lasso tool here, we're going to just roughly select this person here. We're going to go to generative fill, remove person and fill. And there you go, all gone. Easy as that. If you want me to do a more in-depth how to remove people from the back of your pictures type tutorial, let me know in the comments below. So that is our image edited today. I'm going to put it in the digital picture frame now. I'll list this picture frame also in the description. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing and ring that bell if you'd like to be notified of more tutorials coming soon. Bye for now.